If you're thinking to relocating or moving to Canada from anywhere in the world, whether it's India, the United States, Europe, anywhere, doesn't matter, this video is definitely for you. We're going to focus a little more on moving to British Columbia in this video, which, I mean, let's be real. If you're moving to Canada, you want to come to British Columbia. But today's video is all about the foreign buyer's tax and what you need to prepare for if you decide to move to British Columbia, which again, you should. There's a little bit of a history here, so I'm gonna get into the things that you need to know in this video. So if that's what you're here for, let's jump into it. What's good, everybody? I'm Darin Germyn with the Germyn Group, where we know you've only got one chance to either buy or sell your next home. So we're here to help you get it right. Make sure to absolutely smash that subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on any of the videos we're releasing on a regular basis to help you be a better home buyer, a better home seller, or a better homeowner. Okay, so for those of you looking to relocate to Canada, which is a great idea, in British Columbia back in August of 2016, the Liberal government introduced something called the foreign buyer's tax. And this was essentially a tax on anybody that was not a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen that was looking to buy real estate. This tax was pretty significant. We already pay something called a property transfer tax in BC, which I will put the calculations for how to calculate that in the description. But this foreign buyer's tax was an additional 15% on top of that at the time. So this added about 17% in total just in taxes, and that's not even including for new construction, to the purchase of a resale residential property in BC in the particular areas that this tax applied. Speaking of the particular areas that this tax applies, I'm not going to give an exhaustive list here, but I will link below in this video on where to find the list of where it applies. But generally, you can know that it applies to basically all the really big areas in BC. So this includes the Fraser Valley area. This includes Metro Vancouver. This includes what we call the Capital District, which is kind of in around Victoria. Nanaimo is also included now on Vancouver Island. And of course, we don't want to forget about many areas in the central Okanagan, which is a great place to live as well. So this tax came in at about 15%, but in February of 2018, it was actually up to 20% by the NDP government. So now this tax is 20% on top of the property transfer tax you would normally pay, and starting to get a little expensive for people, obviously. I want to interrupt your video for 30 seconds to let you know about two of our new guides that you definitely want to get your hands on. The first is 4 things you can do in only a weekend to increase your home's value by up to 5%. We went deep on the research with this, and this is the same information we actually provide to our home sellers to help them absolutely maximize their sale price when they put their home on the market. And if you're a home buyer, we didn't forget about you either. We've got this guide on 6 things first-time home buyers screw up and how to avoid them. We see people spend money completely unnecessarily when they're buying their first home, and they have no idea what they're doing. Get this guide to make sure that when you buy your first home, you do it right. The good news is you get access to these almost instantly by looking in the description below to get them delivered to your email inbox. Enjoy the guides. You're going to love them. They got a ton of value in there. Now let's get back to your video. There is some good news because there is some exemptions, but they're kind of slim and narrow in terms of what they offer. The first exemption is any of the Tsawwassen, or some people say Tsawwassen, but any of the Tsawwassen First Nations treaty land is actually exempt from this property transfer tax. And there's been a lot of development on some of the Tsawwassen First Nations land over the last few years. So you do have some really good opportunities to buy there if that's something that fits your needs. One of the other exemptions, of course, is if you are a provincial nominee. I won't get into what that is, but you'll be able to find it on the website linked below. So obviously this kind of sucks if you're looking to relocate to BC. You don't want to pay this tax, obviously. Well, there's some good news for you here too. There is a way to get a refund on this tax if you maybe have already paid it, or you're looking at moving here, you want to buy, and you're looking at becoming either a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen. If you become a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen within 1 year of the registration of the property that you bought, you can actually get that foreign buyer's tax refunded to you and get all of your money back, which is amazing. The other way to get a refund is if you paid the tax in error, but that's a pretty big error. So make sure that you talk to an immigration lawyer or a tax consultant before you do anything if you're a foreign national buying real estate in British Columbia. And there's one last thing to add to this video. The federal government is looking at instituting a ban beginning in January 1st of 2023, where no foreign nationals will be able to buy real estate anywhere in Canada for a period of approximately 2 years. Permanent and temporary residents are looking to be exempt on this, but you definitely want to know your stuff before you choose to relocate here, because if and when this ban comes into effect, it's going to impact your ability to buy a home. That's it for this video, everyone. I hope it was useful. There's some great links down below for you in the description. And while you're looking around in the description, if you want to speak directly with me about either buying or selling a home, you have a link to our calendar where you can book time directly with me. And the great news is I'll be able to help you with whatever your needs might be at that time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Cheers.